Well, morning diggers, and thanks for tuning in. We're back in Somerset today. Got a couple of days up here. I did do a little bit in Devon yesterday, but it wasn't brilliant. There were some bits and pieces come up, and it was supposed to be by a Roman fort and some marching camp and all this sort of stuff. But I was talking to somebody about that, and they said, well, usually when you go to places like that, nothing comes up, and it didn't. We didn't find anything Roman. We had a little bit of silver, but that'll be on the clip somewhere. So that was yesterday. So today and tomorrow we're up in Somerset. We're at a place called Wedmore at the minute, and I'm giving you the location name because it's just an interesting place. Wedmore, lovely, Somerset. Anyway, enough of this nonsense. Thanks for all the subscribers. We're nearly at 2,000 now. 2,000, can you believe that? And we've been going about a year, and it's mad. And I can only, like I say to you all the time, I thank everybody for, putting the effort into watching it and subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, there it is. Press the button. So we got all this to contend with today. This bloody sheet wire going all the way along here, all the way around the fields. We're going to get beep, 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 beep all day. But we'll see what we can find, and we'll see you at the first hole. I think this one is a William II because of this. Gwilliamus, what do they call it? Yeah, William II. What do you think? Nothing on the back. A little bit of writing here and there. Very vague. Very dull. You can't see anything. Very toasted. Yeah, I reckon that's a William. Looks like a William. It doesn't look like a George. Well, I'm just onto this one. I'm either going to waste 10 seconds of my life or it's going to be okay. I'm not too sure yet. I think it could be a button, but there's something in here. Oh, I thought that was metal. Ugh. So there's something in here. I got to hold it near the camera so you can see. I was only looking at my clips the other day and I thought, oh God, just hold them closer to the camera. So there's something right. I can see an edge. But I think it's a button. Oh. Yeah, it is. It's a button. We're going to get a lot of that, I reckon, here. Still, it's got a shank on it. Come up on a fairly good signal, but this grain's not conducting all that well at the minute. Just finding it a little bit hard to sort of point. As well as when I go over it, it's sort of missing stuff. And the slightest signal you've got to dig because it is either buttons or coins. Anyway, moving on. Well, it's really hard going today, but here we go. Got a nice Vicky Young head. I think it's 1862. And there she is. And there she was. Lovely. Anyway, on to the next. Well, look at this. I think it's a bit of horse tack. And as Pete's invited me out today, I think I'll give him that. He'll like that. Yeah, moving on. Well, I'm out with Pete today. Again, you've seen him on the DD digs, or the Cornwall Unearthed, one of them, Unearthed Cornwall. But he's just showing me this coin. You could show me it, actually. Look at this. Look at that.
Is it upside down? Or
it is upside down, yes, mate. It's William III, and we reckon, what do we reckon that is? What year?
16 something.
16?
Very late 16.
Yeah.
I can't read on.
Putting the old bins on, look.
Too specky.
We more or less got it.
Yeah, I can't read that.
Yeah, so look. No, I'll just let's have a look. 16 something or other. 1696, yeah, I think that is. Is that a shilling?
Sounds right. I don't know whether it's a sixpence or a shilling.
Sixpence or a shilling.
Sixpence, I would have thought.
Well, the jury's out. If you know, let us know. But what a cracking start. Well done, mate.
Cheers.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, that was a good start up here. Look, we got a little belt mount here. Look. Nice, we haven't really cleaned it up. I don't suppose there is much to clean up, but it's got some patterning on here. And we think this is off a Tilly lamp. So, we're up by the road at the minute. It's got to be a bit of history around here. We're sort of winging it. So, we can't say what else we found here. It's top secret. Lots of ring pulls. Well, this isn't much, but it's I think it's part of a spoon. I thought it was one of those chain things. I can't remember the name of them now. I'll remember in a minute, but because it's got a bend here, it's definitely part of a spoon, but how old I don't know. But yeah, it's different, definitely. Anyway, let's see what else is about. Well, we were just discussing this one and we thought it was a bit, well, I didn't know if it's silver, I didn't know if it's trash, but it's something, and I think that is an aluminium bird's ring, because it's got some sort of lettering around there, look. Don't know, but sort of optimistic with this side of the field. We haven't been on it before, and there's a few bits that have come up, but your guess is as good as mine. It's a hell of a place, massive. Look at it. Blooming sheep everywhere. Well, there is over the other side. Just going to go up on this hill, see what's about. Well, I've been banging on over the last couple of days about signals and how bad they are. And this one was 16, 17, and it, you know, I took the top off and then went over it again, nothing. But I think we got a buckle here. But I just sort of thought I'd, I think it's a Georgian shoe buckle here. Yeah, that's quite a nice one. But yeah, what a blimmin' carry on trying to get that. But it's got a crack in the top, you can see, just there. But yeah, it's definitely hard work. And I don't know what we're missing, but we definitely ain't missing the YouTubes? Moo tubes. Anyway, a Georgian shoe buckle. Lovely. Well, we're on these sort of sheep fields here. And don't we know about it as well with the moo tubes? It is crazy today. I've never dug so many moo tubes and shotgun cartridges. But this has just popped up. Don't know what it is. Could be a button. Looks quite interesting. Could be a badge. Can you see it there? I think it's sort of more. I don't know. Who the hell's that? HM. What does that mean? Oh no, WH. Let me just have a look a minute. I think it's something to do with club. I'll just clean it up and have a look. But yeah, what a weird thing that is. I think it's a badge. Ugh. Is it a badge? Yeah, it's a badge. You can see it. Yeah, I can't quite read it. It looks like some at Nunt Club. N-U-N-T? Nurt or Nunt? Munt? No idea. I'll get back to you. Right, it's a WH Hunt Club, whoever they are. We'll Google them and let you know, but what, 1970s, 1980s, that sort of type designer badge? The Hunt Club. You can have some pictures of that if you want as well. Look at that for first coin of the day. That's crazy. 1920, it's George V, but, you know, I don't usually film them, but that, look at the condition of that. That is really nice. Lovely patina. Beautiful. Good morning, George. How are you, mate? This is quite a nice one. Look, we reckon this is a Georgian shoe buckle. Might be going back a bit further than that because there's a bit of pewter in it. But you can see where the pin's gone there. But it's rotted out. But that is lovely. And we're actually starting to find some stuff now. And it's not all about the hammers, as I said. It's about the relics. And just thinking of who had this on their shoe and why it fell off and why it was here and why there was a 1920 blimmin' George V coin next to it in fantastic condition. Was it his? Was he sat down? That's metal detecting for you, and I guess we'll never know. Got a bit of spoonage, handleage in the minute, and this one is pewter. Don't know what this one is. Similar, but I was going on about this one because it's got a bit of decoration on either side, if you could see that. And on the other side, it's got M something, W something. So I don't know what that's all about, but somebody who had this bit of ground here might have had a few quid. Who knows? We're definitely having a day of buckles. Look at this. There's quite a few of them about today, but that's tiny. That just goes on the top of my finger. Yeah, small little buckle. Lovely. This is about it today, which is good enough. I reckon this is sort of 1800, 1806. And I think that's a George III there. So that our detectorists call him Mr. Potato Head, but he's pointing to the right. I think that's George III. Anyway, on to the next, and chin up and all that sort of stuff. It's hard work today, but lovely weather. Well, we don't do many buttony type things, but this one deserves a little film. You can see that. See that there? It's like a fist clenching that. I don't know what it is. Looks like a bit of chain or something, or rope. Yeah, interesting. If you know, let us know before we know. Or we get to it first. Well, we might, because we're filming. God, that was like digging for oil. That was about 2 foot down, this thing, and I think it's a spoon bowl. I'm going to try and get to the bottom of how old it is. Yeah, just drop down on the floor, why don't you? Yeah, of how old it is, but it looks blimmin' old. It's like a pewtery type thing. Or lead, I don't know. But it's a spoon bowl. It's been hard work. There's been a couple of hours without a signal, but we're on the buttons now. Off the relics and on the buttons. Look at that. Sailor's button or anchor button or something. Is that what they call it? An anchor button? Don't know. I can't read what that says on the top, if it says anything. But yeah, I reckon 1940s, something like that. 50s, 40s, maybe 30s. Anyway, on to the next. Well, there you go. Look, it's a good day today, actually. It's a thimble now. And, you know, we just had that ship's button or anchor button or whatever it was. Now a thimble. That's sort of 1800. So, you know, there's a load of sheep over there, messing about. They all look happy. Anyway, moving on. Well, another relic, and it's a spindle whorl. Look at this thing. It's massive. Are you going with spindle whorl? Because I am. That is just, yeah. We reckon that's sort of medievally, maybe. Who knows? This one's quite interesting. A musket ball, sort of date, sort of 1650, 1680. Could be civil wars. Could be people just shooting animals. Could be people shooting people, or just fighting each other. Yeah, just a bit of ammunition, as they say. A musket ball. This is quite a big button. Look. Odd one too. I thought it was a brooch at first, but you could see all these sort of rust veins coming through there. Look, it's coming from the back through here, I think. It looks that way. That wouldn't be just decoration. That's just how it's deteriorated over the years. But yeah, don't usually film buttons, but I don't usually have these sort of ones up. So it's a nice find, actually. And as I said, on with the relics. Well, the detecting gods has given us this week's quota of hammered coins, because that's all we get now, sort of one a week, and we love them. We're not, you know, belittling them or anything like that. The gods, they're giving us it, and here it is. We think this one's a Charles I. There's a shield on there, but we've been looking at it for about 10 minutes, and we don't know what it is. There's something going on, but there's a sort. There's me pointing. Yeah, there. See. Going off there, so we don't know. I'll get some more pictures. If you know, let us know. And on to the next. We've got these two here. That's some bullets, and I think sort of 1700. They're called dumbbell bullets. They haven't been fired before, and they're like pistol shots, but as I said, they've not been fired. Interesting little thing. Interesting little relic again. Well, I don't know if you've watched all of my clips, but I was out of Bill not so long ago in a field. Just here, actually, same place. And he found a bit of pot over there, and I found a bit of pot over there, and then we put them together, and we thought it was really sort of weird. Anyway, so I just went over this, and I found one of these. I just dug this up, and it came up as a 16. I thought, oh, yeah, I've been finding stuff with holes in, like a pepper pot or whatever it is, and I thought, I'd never seen one in my life. I've probably never seen one again. And then the very next hole, 20 yards away, that. You couldn't make that up, could you? I've never, ever, ever, ever dug one of them in my life. And then I dig that and this. 2 identical things. Weird. Well, there you go. Second coin of the day, and I think it's a farthing. It's George on the back. 1927. I thought I'd seen somewhere just now, just down there. Yep, a farthing. Yep, quite sparse today for coins. Anyway. Well, thanks for watching that, diggers. Blimmin' hard work that was the last couple of days. It's the ground and the signals. It's just that something's not right. I've been talking to other detectorists about it, and they say, "Oh, we got nothing wrong," and all this nonsense. Well, there is. The ground is not right. It's like bloody concrete on the top, and it's like it's lifted, and the signals aren't right. And no excuses. We didn't do too bad. We had a hammered, a couple of other bits, and mate had a bit of silver. We had some Georgias. We had loads and loads of bits of relics and trinkets. They've been lovely. Anyway, again, thanks for watching. We could film like the buttons and the toasties, and we could ramble on about a load of rubbish forever and a day, but we don't. We just dig it, show you it, and move on. And that's what all the detecting's about, isn't it? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed, if you can hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you all again.